Greetings everyone, AngradeVT here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. So on the right side as the blue OKW player who immediately locked in the Overwatch doctrine, we have a foreign name. So on the left side as the red USF, we got LEW. Let's see now. Got straight up Volkswagen bulletin. So over here we do have a Jackson bulletin, makes them a bit more reliable. Rifleman veterancy as well as the Rifleman infantry training, not bad. We'll log into Rifleman Squad, that's pretty much standard. For doctrines, we could see Heavy Cav, that is probably a good doctrine in this map. Urban Assault can be quite nice. Get your Rangers, Calliope, and the Rifle Grenades, all very reasonable. Armor Company is probably not that very useful in this map due to the fact that it's a little bit too wide open for Assault Engineers. M10's just not great, plus he has Jackson Bulletin. Trimmed old Bulldozer are decent. But that's about it. Siege Brawl is always very nice. 2 Rifle Squad on the build queue, or on the field. Shroom Pioneer does get spotted, but of course getting 2v1, that's not good for Shroom Pioneer. Behind this little wall is probably a good spot for him. You could try pieing into the corner. If the squad gets too close, you can simply A-move forward this way. And as they start seeing the units of models one by one, then they'll automatically engage that. Vagen straight forward, which will give a bit of sponginess for the OKW player. Volkswagen is also advancing. They could eye for the garrison. Vagen looks like took quite a bit of initial damage there. Alright, squad and rear squad straight forward. Rear squad has taken a fair amount of damage. Volkswagen is backing on off to the heavy cover and up to the garrison. Champagne is up here with mounted windows here. Should be a reasonable for garrison to fight from, but there's only 2 windows on this side, and there's at least 1, but looks like they can't fire it over that wall. Volkswagen is going to get ripped apart there. Right squad advancing. This player is saving fire lieutenant or for the captain. Hard to say at this moment. Yes, selected the armor company, which I of course disagreed. Shroom Pioneers drawing some fire there. Volkswagen is advanced as well. Both are severely wounded. Does retarget towards the Volkswagen, does fall back. Volkswagen is getting some good volleys there. The Rifle Squad is a little bit too wounded to stand against the Volks. The US player has actually very little field control. The OKW has at least 3 strategic points. So the OKW player has been maintaining better income, though only marginally better. He has gone for a squad of Assault Engineers. Assault Engineers do immediately get access to the wire cutters without needing minesweepers. And of course, get efficiency with 1 vehicle crew repair as well as destroy cover. 3rd squad of Volkswagen on the build queue. Okay, the player just needs a bit more command points to get out his Jaeger Light Infantry. He's going for the SW's half track now. Will likely go for Battle Group HQ. Richland squad advancing. The Volkswagen push their way forward. And our squad does take a nice little volley there. Vagen straight forward. SW is half track as well. Lieutenant now on the build queue, or on the field. So he has gone for Lieutenant, not for Captain. Maybe I'm for some 50 cals. Let's take a look. He's going for the upgraded structure. Maybe I'm for Utility Car, or for the Steward. Laying down some sandbags here. Looks like the map is still in favor of the OKW player. He does have these 2 points currently neutral, and this Medusa sector is not in supply. Now it is. 50 cal on the build queue. With this many units on the field, a MG34 wouldn't be half bad for the OKW player. He is building the Battle Group HQ now. Of course, can't get the MG34 just yet. Volkswagen is behind some good light cover. Other Volkswagen is pushing forward. Focus on the Assault Engineers so as force him back. Well, a good idea to focus on Lieutenant. The Lieutenant model himself has a Thompson, but the Rifle Squad is getting ripped apart. Shroom Pioneers going to fall back. The eventually one, so could throw a stun grenade. It does fall back there. Possibly does get wiped there. And in the middle of all that, looks like the rear squad went down somewhere. Of course, the original squad is a lot less useful than a Shroom Pioneer. He's immediately rebuilding the Shroom Pioneers, which he does need it for repairing the Kuppenwagen. Utility car on the build queue for the US player. No ambulance just yet. I wonder if we see medics. Oh, we got medical crates. No medics just yet. Doing some more sandbags. Kuppenwagen go down. Anti-tank grenade. That's going to wipe it out. Eliminating partial need. He needs Shooting Pioneers. If he didn't have Shooting Pioneers on the build queue, I would advise him to cancel the Shooting Pioneers and just fight for other units in the meantime, so he doesn't need access repairs. And he's fighting against the US, though assault engineers can lay down landmines, so landmines are still always a need a minesweeper. But he could risk not go over Shooting Pioneers if the Kuppenwagen was down. He could risk it with leaving the Kuppenwagen up, since the Kuppenwagen doesn't have too much longevity after the first 5 minutes of the game. US player may want to eye for an ambulance next. Needs more manpower at the moment. Has enough fuel.
Good to go.
The assault engineers are laying down some wire. The Volkswagen laying down some sandbags. Takes a nice bit of pepper there. I think he needs to fall back. Does lose a model there. Preserving the manpower is always a good idea. Field mechs have been researched. This metal crate still has purpose. And let's just say a squad is severely wounded across all the models, but he does not need to take time for any reinforcements. He can always just pick up the medical crate and run. Particularly actually pretty common for overslots, and honestly for me. Cal setting on up. Utility car reversing line does crush some wire. Probably a bad idea to actually try to run wire over with a wheeled vehicle. Though a lot of tires, military grade tires, can take a little bit much more abuse than you would imagine. A lot of them actually do get are designed to be can withstand some bullets to a certain extent. Of course, more modern vehicles like the Humvee has a way to fill up its own tires, so if it does bring a leak, at least able to constantly push air into the tires. At least keep it going until you get out of combat. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me about that. All the not Shroom Pioneers, Volksgrenadiers are now upgraded STGs for our squad side of the garrison. There's only 3 windows side the site, so it's not great, but not bad. Now it's a little bit warm.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
50 cal set on up. Over here we do have the Kenworth now deployed in the field. We now have the Volksgrenadiers get force them back. The utility car is a very nice and mobile fire support platform. Just get a little bit extra damage and prevent these one-on-one duels with infantry squads. Black half-track course, not the most agile of beasts. Anti-gravity grenade fires, connects.
AT gun ready.
Utility car straightforward. Does get a burst in the half-track. Can do some damage. The kind of warfare connects. Black half-track got caught middle reloading.
Our resource sector has been cut off from our supply chain.
Volksgrenadiers can heal it up, reinforced. Also now a captain pulling field for the AT gun deal with the half-track.
The Germans just cut off our supply lines.
Utility car getting repaired on up to a certain extent.
Capture point is under attack. Taking effective fire.
Over here, Volksgrenadiers do capture the point.
Germans are making a push. Go ahead.
Volksgrenadiers do fall back. I hear the 50 cal here firing away. some reason I heard a bit of a different sound effect there. It reminded me of the big shooters from Dawn of War. I could have sworn I heard, or was it the not big shooters, the def guns, the orcs heavy machine guns for suppression. Shroom Pioneer is now falling back. 50 cal still set on up. Do have an ambulance on the build queue. Volkswagen is decatching the fuel sector. This utility car is severely wounded, needs more repairs. Just being very annoying there, just skirmishing around at maximum range. M180 gun rotating around, setting on up. Looks like I got a US landmine there, an M5. M6 is the utility car landmine. M5s can be detonated both by infantry and by vehicles. More landmines being built now. Utility car rotating around, multiple US landmines. It looks like it's not really aimed for siege barrages. US by now has enough fuel to get out the major. I intend to be a player who likes to get out the tech as soon as possible to make sure I get out a medium tank as soon as possible. My voice is just not holding up today. Volkswagen captured up the northern VP. Shroom Pioneers kept the fuel point. We do have half-track falling on back. SWS half-track deploying out the shear panzer quarters. Utility car finds the half-track. M180 gun finds half-track as well. Does fall back in time. Does get peppered up low there. Lag misses the utility car, but does get a bit of splash there. Volkswagen do get suppressed by the 50 cal. Volkswagen is now falling back. This landmine is swept by the Sturm Pioneers. The Sturm Pioneers also do have a Panzerschreck. Sheer Panzer quarters now complete. Lieutenant is a bit damaged there. Rush squad push away forward. Rush squad does get a flank of the Volkswagen. Lieutenant has taken a bit of fire. But thanks to heavy cover, the Volkswagen were able to get a good amount of damage on both these squads. Sheer Panzer quarters made itself known. Captain does get suppressed a little bit there. Lag rolls a miss. Captain heading up north. I hear the utility car advancing. Volkswagen push forward, getting some good hits there on the lieutenant. Captain hitting the Mechanowerfer and does express by the sheer pans or SWS, not that flak half track. Utility car rotating around, gets fire on the MG34. Volkswagen is being pushed forward. No flamer on the way for the assault engineers. Has 0 kills. Is this a different flame assault engineers? Either way, Volkswagen got ripped apart. Utility car straight forward, taking some damage there. I'm not sure what he's trying to do to decrew the lag. There's also some Panzer Tactician. Over to Dotson now on the build queue for the OKW player.
unit ready?
Black Cap Track pushes his way forward. Do now have more landmines being built.
We're finished up over here.
You now have the MG34 taking a bit of fire there. Rock Squad does get suppressed. Bit of fire there, gets a good hit there on the utility car. Utility car does escape on out of there. That is once again a M5 landmine, not the Treadbuster M6. Obsas and Volkswagen do force back the assault engineers, and this guy will fall back.
Point is under attack.
Landmine looks to be found by the MG34, or maybe not. Maybe yes. Up north, Volkswagen do find the 50 cal. Does not find the landmine there. That is currently not swept.
We're losing a capture point.
Excuse me, sorry for that. Wire has been cut there.
Anti-tank gun, ready for action.
Volkswagen get to the fuel sector. Up north, do we have these guys advancing? Pioneers to capture the central VP. Obsatson moving around. Does find that landmine, starts sweeping it. There's 3 utility cars forward. If he once he gets out another vehicle, he can simply swap the vehicle crews. He has saved a bit of fuel, plus he's not eyeing for a regular Sherman tank. He could be eyeing for a bulldozer or for a Jackson. Does fall back in time. 50 cal sitting on up. Rolls a miss there. Black Cap Track sitting on up. Firing away hits the rifle squad. And 180 gun does connect onto the Black Cap Track. Volkswagen is getting immolated. Get over does connect on the utility car. Obstassin 34 does get forced back by the lieutenant. And still got the crew. Let's the AT gun here. And Sherman bulldozer now full on field. Like I said, he can swap the vehicle crews with the utility car with the bulldozer. Hands for push way forward. Assault engineers do take a little bit of splash damage, nothing significant at the moment. Got it there. Saber rounds utilizing the M1AT gun. Our squad's starting to fall back. Sherman tank gets a decent hit there on the Volks, severely wounding the entire formation. Falling back early will preserve a decent amount of manpower. He does have double M1AT guns, so the bulldozer is something he did go for. He only has one Panzer IV and one Kenwiffer. And the 280 gun should be decent enough to deal with the Panzer IV, just has to be a bit careful. Obsas some drift down south, let's get some good hits there on that major. Up north, we have that point captured. Volk's pushing the way forward. Panzer IV advancing, gets a good shot there. M1AT gun rolls a bounce there. Rolls a miss there. The Kenwiffer sitting on up. Gets a bounce there from the Panzer Trek. The Kenwiffer gets a pen there. Panzer IV gets a pen. The Kenwiffer out of range. Prioritize. Oh, we got now the bullets here. Needs prioritized fire turned on. He's lucky he's not getting distracted by anything. Bulldozer takes a bounce, sends a pen, sort of. Got some damage with that shot, and does escape on out of there. Heads forward needs to start falling back, though there are some landmines over here. Landmines do what? 200, 160 damage or 240? If it's 240, that may finish off the Panzer IV, but I don't see any landmines on this retreat path. Flak half track, push way forward, 50 cal, peppering up the AT, flak half track.
Supply half track is ready for orders.
Major right there, getting suppressed by the 30 cal. Utility car advancing does take a miss. Gets a pen there from the lag, very nice. Do now have the SW's hatch track forward. It looks like I'm for a forward mechanized HQ. M1 T-Guns, are they destroying the mechanized HQ? Getting some hits there. Must be... not sure what exactly spotted it. Volkswagen is heading down south. War right squad behind in some light cover. 50 cal sitting on up. US plays 170 munitions. Getting pretty close to the siege barrage, though he is missing a command point and a quarter. M10 on the build queue.
Aufgepasst. The command vehicle has converted to a static building.
Obsassin getting some good hits on that. Or receiving some good hits there from the utility car. Bounce and pen there on the Panzer IV. Double pen there. If he has take aim, that could finish off the Panzer IV, but does get out of vision range. One pen Sun 4. Obsassin will see 150 or 105 millimeter. Road Kirsch is there as well. Utility car, or not utility car, bulldozer starting to fall back. Does get a direct hit there on the half track. Does take a good pen there. Rolls a miss. Bulldozer starting to fall back. I see a piece of debris falling from the sky, a tree branch. Up here, you got the Volkswagen push way forward, trying to hit the gauge that rifleman. Forcing him back. Black half track does need a bit of repairs. While we've got the Panzer IV straight forward, do now have the Pinto mount still not upgraded. He has plenty of missions, so it's probably a good idea to go for the Pinto mount. He's also pretty close to enough fuel for another Panzer IV. Needs a bit more manpower though. Another Panzer IV probably wouldn't be half bad, though he may be seeing off the King Tiger for mechanized HQ. Though with a number of support weapons in the field, Stukas of Foos could be also a good option. Another Vicana Warfare deployed in field. Does get some pens there. $30 will escape. Oh, some sort of explosion there. I'm not sure what though. I don't think the US player has frag grenades research unless he does. He does actually. And you got the siege barrage in the mechanized HQ. It will likely destroy it. And I'm not sure what else it will hit. It gets it directed on the mechanized HQ. Oh, there goes the repair. No, there's still one repair model there. So one guy still lives, but of course he cannot repair while in combat. That scared him pretty wide.
The enemy is over one of the capture points.
More rounds dropping on in. The mechanized HQ will likely be going down.
75mm gun ready for action.
There goes the lag. And there goes mechanized HQ. Captain and Major here. Assassin push way forward. Does the bundle grenade. Assassin's falling on back now. MG34 pushes a bit too far forward and does fall back there. We do now have the multiple sector assaults available. Next to Spear is going to be very far away. He's out of munitions. Captain Major moving around. Down south, we do have the Volunteers capture the fuel sector. We can wait for capture the VP. Bit of rubber banding on the utility car. Sounds like we got a packed howitzer flowing field. It's a good hit there on the Volks. One hits the utility car. A bit of a good hit there on the Vulcanwoofer.
Crowds show 300 points on their line.
Sherman tank not fully repaired. No longer fully repaired. Vulcanwoofer and Volksrunners do fall back. Motor puts there onto the Sherman tank. He does have a couple of squads from nearby for repairs. Do now the captain and major there. Hands forward, gets direct hit there on the rifleman. He's good hits there on that rifleman. We do now have the prioritized target on the M10. Fires a point blank shot, gets your armor hit.
We just lost a unit.
Looks like lost that right squad entirely. A couple pens there onto the Panzer IV.
Crowds are taking
M10 does take another pen there. Utility car firing against the MG. Bulldozer and utility car push way forward. Oversat's course won't really take too much more damage.
under attack.
Hands forward needs repairs, like not gonna recruit.
Report of an infantry unit
OKW placed on 260 VPs. There's looks like another squad may have been wiped out there. Dropped the bar. Captain's gone down, rifle squad's gone down.
Sherman, taking fire.
Over here, do have another bulldozer pulling field. I am for good amount anti-infantry. Probably a good idea to go for Jackson next. Population cap's a bit of an issue. He does have two M180 guns for good amount of veterancy. Now we've got the King Tiger deployed in the field, as well as has access to a good number of sector assaults. The Oaktree player is behind, but he's not knocked out of the game just yet. He has assets in the field. Does get a bounce there. Gets a good hit there. Good hits there. Takes out the AT gun. Our squad could get an anti-graphic grenade there, but will not get engine correct. Takes out the AT gun there. Does give it danger. He could possibly get snared. Saber rounds up being summoned. Got the sector assault being summoned. There goes the utility car. Mortal puts there the bulldozer. Many hits the bulldozer. Strafe round coming on in. Vickenworth connects. Vickenworth takes out the bulldozer. Knocked out by the aircraft. Hands forward, severely wounded. Push it forward. Does decrew the AT gun. And it looks like the King Tiger has engine crit. Hands forward, he's getting out of there. Almost down. King Tiger's missing the AT gun point blank range. They try and attack force out of the ground. Gets good there on the rifleman. AT gun does get fully destroyed. And got these units falling back to get some repairs going. Probably gonna get the Panzer IV up and running first, since it is gonna be much easier to get that repaired up. Oh, something's being ripped apart there. Nope, I just realized there's the M10 down south. Looks like I got some HEVAP loaded on up, or Sable. Yep, it is HEVAP. Rescue 2, get some good hits there. I think 2 more pens, the King Tiger could go down. Kenworth gets a hit there, and the M10 does go down. Another M10 on the build queue. I think it would be a better idea to go for a Jackson.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Use first as a capture in his favor, and so the OKW player is still technically losing, though got a lot of good victories there. Those will be knocked out for a bit of time for repairs. You may need to get out another Sturm Pioneer to help out with repairs. Another M180 on the build queue. Volkswagen before turn I4 Panzerfaust. Panzerfaust does connect onto the Sherman tank. It does good pin there with the Kenworth, who's now about to C4. Multiple good hits there. King Tiger could, yep, does turn off Paradise Fire. Misses the rifleman.
The capture point is being overrun.
Does get a bit of splash there in the Volks. Smoke rounds raining on in. Rock Squad does get hit.
Contact report. Tank destroyer is ready for action.
Does destroy the carcass there. Good there in the lieutenant.
The capture point is under
Oh,
attack.
that was Jackson around M10. I maybe go a little bit out of it. Then again, my feels like I'm coughing up a lung right now.
The capture point is being overrun.
Volks Reindeers are suppressed by the 50 cal. We do now have the M182 gun advance before. Jackson gets a pen on the Panzer IV. Got a M10 to build queue. M182 gun does roll a miss. And now the Volks Reindeers are getting pinned down. Does avoid the pack house shot, though they do get splashed up quite a bit.
We're losing a capture point. That's an AT, goddammit!
Does get a good pen there.
M10 tank destroyer ready.
Jackson a little bit stuck. Does get multiple pins there. Jackson goes down quite decisively. Bulldozer could be next. We've got another sector assault being summoned. Panzer IV takes some hits there, but should be fine enough for now. There goes the bulldozer. M10 can't do much for the frontal armor of a King Tiger.
Just lost.
Next loader does splash the M10 a little bit. It does not have full 640 health. One more 8 of Panzer IV shot could take it out, but I don't believe so. Nope. Next one will. Does roll a bounce there. Panzer IV may want to start falling back. does try poking out, does get a good shot there, takes an ambulance.
Just got wiped out.
King Tiger does see the engine crit. Hands 4 starting to blitz on out of there. Almost touches C5. Units starting to fall back. She's just creep on back to get his repairs going. Obasas and firing wave versus C3. Frag and bundle. He does need the frag. He does dodge the bundle.
Overrun.
Pens 4 severely damaged. Now with the Tiger tank backing on off. Oh, something being summoned there. That's a major improved major recon. And when AT gun rolls a bounce there, Volkswagen is trying to intercept the AT gun. Good idea. Misses the rifleman.
Is under attack.
Major and rifle squad starting to fall back. The US player has plenty of VPs to work with. He can trade some of these VPs for some resources. Probably a good idea to go for Jackson. Save the manpower up. Just start focusing on infantry along the flanks. M10 right now has Veteran 1.
Ready. We're losing a
King Tiger creep on back. Panzer 4 back at home. Mechanized his crew course down, so no extra repairs there. Another open slots in the build queue for the OKW player. Maybe I could just go for some MG34s along the flank, though there's still that pack howitzer. M10, oh, looks like he was trying to go for some crushes. Volkswagen is immediately withdrew. We kind of gets a good hit there. It is Veteran 5.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Sherman Dozer is ready for action.
Another bulldozer deployed on the field. Does consider the rifleman. Obasas gains some good hits there on that rifleman. Great pen or hit there in the Volksgrenadiers. Couple pens there on the bulldozer. Another M180 gun. Veteran 5, the Kenworth is just causing a lot of issues. This player is actually low out of manpower and pretty much out of fuel. Has almost enough munitions for another siege barrage. M180 gun does roll a bounce there. All I gotta do is just spend munitions on the various anti-tank abilities. We do have breakthrough has been established there. Rotate his turret pretty quickly forward since it's locked at 45 degrees. If it's not in the 45-degree angle, it will actually just teleport. M10 does get some hits there. King Tiger gets a good pen there. Multiple hits there. King Tiger looks like going down. M10 goes down. King Tiger goes down.
Medium tank.
Panzer 434, Veteran 5. Bulldozer trying to stop the Panzer 4. Did a bad job with that. The OKW player has 106 fuel at the moment, and maybe I should just go for another Panzer 4 at this moment. Does he have a snare there? For our squad trying to get the AT gun. These 2 pens onto that Panzer 4 and it's done for. And it has rear armor to hit. We got the sector assault coming on in. 1 pen there. Next pen connects and takes out the Sherman tank. We do have the Sherman tank falling back. Black Cat tracking agent AT gun does the crew. Close on Japan's tactician.
We lost a gun crew. The capture point is being overrun.
AT gun takes some hits.
We're losing a capture point. Our supply line just got cut off. Our supply line just got cut off.
Volks Engineers engaging the Major.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
That Major does go down there. Packhouse are getting some good hits on the Obersassen. OKW player is pretty close enough to field for another King Tiger. He has actually rebuilt the mechanized HQ as well. Another R squad on the build queue.
Points are down to 300.
Double capture favor the OKW player. Soon to be a triple capture. The OKW player has 152 tickets. The US player is now down 291.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
Great hit there. Knocks out the Kenworfer. That was not the Veteran C5 Kenworfer. Cal can set the garrison. Do have now an OKW Panther on the build queue. Honestly, I think King Tiger would be better than Panther. I'm also more biased towards the Jagd Panzer. He also has a Veteran C5 Kenwerfer. Fragile, but still very good for his armor. Obersassen hitting the Assault Engineers. It does get forced back by the 105. Kenwerfer connects. And connects again. You have another US landmine here. Once again, an M5 on M6. Obersassen behind some good heavy cover, but unvetted. That unvetted squad is pushed right forward. Luckily, unvetted Obersassen is still very good. It does decrease the capture of the Kenwerfer. I have a feeling we're going to see a bundle grenade. Yep, throws bundle grenade behind the garrison, that heavy cover there. Panther gets a good hit there. Squad may get wiped on out. Motor puts there onto the bulldozer. Obersassen falls back, does not wipe out that squad. Bounce there, and I hear saber rounds firing. Does get a pen there.
HMG squad ready for action. The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. They're trying to outflank us. We've dropped to 200 points.
Nope, good landmine detonation there. That squad does have a minesweeper. Actually, no, I don't know if that squad has a minesweeper or not. It was a previous Shun Pioneer that had it. Folks, in there is pretty forward. You have now the 50 cal set on up, but going to get immolated. The Volkswagens do flank the AT gun. A lot of easy targets in front of it, though. Got the Sherman bulldozer to now come to respawn. Sherman tanks starting to fall back. M180 gun setting on up. Does get a good hit there on the flak half track, starting back on off. Oberstausen pushing the way forward. Pack howitzer fires away, rolls a miss. Great hit there onto the Oberstausen, but Kenworth gets good pen. OKW player has quite a bit of resource reserve, has 69 population 100, so can go for King Tiger. Even have to go in reinforcements. US player has 65 population. Going for another Jackson, that's probably a good idea to help deal with the Panther and eventually King Tiger again. Getting the rifle squad now. Both these players are getting to similar VP amounts. The cal up there. Shown Pioneers advances to heavy cover. US rifle squad does throw a frag. They do eat the frag. Lose the heavy cover. Almost down. But will fall back and should be healed up to full. Unless this pack house gets a straight shot into them. The pack house tried. Volksgrenadiers pushing up here. 50 cal does suppress one of the squads. Bulldozer gets a good hit.
Tank destroyer is ready for orders. Armor here.
Jackson deployed in the field. Do have enough for another sector assault as well. Siege barrage as well. Good hits there. Jackson does not advance any farther forward. Panther rotating around.
Ambulance ready for action.
Ambulance now deployed on the field. Folks going to sneak up north, hitting that assault engineer. Those incinerating into the garrison with a Kenworth. Bulldozer fires, gets a bit of hits there. Assault engineers are falling back now. That was sending a landmine there. Was that US landmine? Folks engineers looks like we'll escape on out of there.
Our supply line just got cut off.
King Tiger now deployed in the field. Panther advancing. M180 gun not yet deployed. Jackson down south gets a good pen. More pens there to the Jackson. Not Jackson, Panther. King Tiger advancing. McKenna Warfare gets a good shot, as was the King Tiger. 2 pens, 1 more pen that Jackson's done for. There goes the Jackson. Bulldozer and Panther could be next. We do, of course, have the AT gun there. This may be a good idea for the sector assault. Osa's coming from flank. They're both 2 men, but I heard a landmine detonation. That was the crew on the AT guns there. Pack howitzer not going to pose a big threat there. Destroys the AT gun entirely. Oh, the Osa squad does fall back. Kenworth gets a good pen there. Multiple pens there onto the Sherm Bulldozer. Bounce there on the King Tiger. Bounce there on the Panther. Gets a pen there. Do now the sector assault now being summoned. Bulldozer likely going down. King Tiger takes some hits there. Plenty of health though at the moment. Black half track getting the melee range. Kenworth does take out the Panther. OKW player has double capture in his favor, soon to be triple capture. Black half track fall just plant itself next to one of the VPs and keep it secured. True Pioneers may get wiped on out there. 50 cal firing away. Volkswagen to get suppressed. That was a grenade there. That was the crew that kind of were for there. Obersaus and Volkswagen push way forward. Volkswagen takes a frag grenade there. He has one guy over there, so he's knocking right at the moment, but he's severely wounded. Obersaus pushing forward, and looks like the US player has surrendered. That's Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.